What are these triggers that you've had to think of being a beauty educator through this college called GD College?
The first time I thought, like growing up, I didn't think that I would have a college or I wanted to explore fashion for sure. I knew from day one, like I was 17 when I became a makeup artist. I am not so old I'm 31 right now, right? And I've been doing this for 15, 16 years. I was very sure that I want to do something in beauty, fashion. That was very clear to me. Education came to me when, I was doing a lot of makeups and people used to be like, we want to learn from you because you're so good at this. I would just come learn from you, Jas, even if you don't give me a certificate. And I really wanted to open a door for women to come learn. And I think in Canada, when I started, there wasn't a lot of colored people representing colleges. And I wanted to make sure that we give a platform to people who don't speak English as their first language. So that was really important to me. And that's why I'm in India, because I want to make sure that, there's so many people who want to learn this, but maybe just don't have the confidence to go to someone. And I want to bring that platform where they feel comfortable coming and learning. And I really wanted to give back to the community because I think, if women have a little bit of skill on their hand, they have more confidence. It's not always about, making more money or having a bigger share on the table. It's sometimes just being confident with what you do. And I think when we spend time doing what we love, we always feel better about ourselves too.
It's not just consuming always, it's also through the journey, some awakening calling into you, giving it back. So
Yes.
those triggers in here has organically happened from people appreciating your skill and saying that, hey, teach that to me. So that trigger has further led into that getting into a seat of which you
Yes.
got it out through a college.
Yes.
And other side is when you saw the colored people not having a voice, you wanted to be the voice
Yes.
through which they can find their expression.
Yes. And my mom always said, you are meant to do extraordinary things. I think she had a bigger dream than I did growing up for myself. So she was very motivating. Even to this day, she's always like, telling me what to do next. And she's a part of my business. So she's an amazing woman. And I think she plays a huge role in my life.
Glad to see some strong women around you,
Yes.
taking more work out of you, empowering, other women out there. So we did get to know the inspiration now. Now diving into the next part. How was the early experience at the college? Because, life and journey has a way of refining our skills, our understanding, as
Yes.
the years pass, only if you're ready to let that happen.
Yes. I think the first year when I was starting the college, you in Canada, it's very different. You don't just get up and say, I want to start a college. You have to go through a full government process, right?
Oh, yeah?
So in that, you have to submit your curriculums. Why would you want to start this when there's other colleges offering that? What would you do differently? How would you support the market? We have to send like a whole job market report, like how it would give back and how would it create more jobs, right? So, and then you have to go through like health and safety, fire inspection, so much other stuff that comes in play. And it took me almost 9, 10 months to get that sorted, right? And I think we dished out every dollar that we had. We went as immigrants. It's not like, my parents were like super rich that they just had money to pour. So they moved from India to Canada for a better lifestyle, right? So they wanted to make sure that we're able to set up something. So they did everything they could. And as soon as I got licensed, 2 months later, COVID came and everything was shut. And I was like, what did I do to myself? I didn't know how to pay next month's rent. I didn't know how to pay my credit cards, what to do now. Of course, you all of a sudden can't sell because there's restrictions due to COVID. You have to shut your business, right? And I think that was a very good learning phase of my life where I learned that divine has a plan for you. And you just have to sometimes close your eyes and accept it and walk on it. And I think as soon as I accepted that right after COVID, things just almost fell in place. It was just like God's magic that came together and everything started going back to business. And here I am 5 years later.